good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We welcome you to Globally Changing Lives Deep Dive, an ONPASSIVE official webinar. Today is Thursday, June 16th, and we're honored to have you. I think I said June 16th. It's June 15th for some people, so I'm looking at my calendar. We appreciate you signing on today, and we're going to start with an amazing signature tune by one of our global ambassadors. And please just watch at the images for the nonverbal communication that will be relayed to us. Over to you, Dr. P, Dr. T. Thank you.
ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE, the future of Internet.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. P, Dr. D. We appreciate that. That was awesome. Thank you. All right. This next step, the next item on today's webinar is amazing. 7 Habits of Self-Transformation. That will be shared to us by our one and only Sister Queen JW. We know who she is. Our CEO promised to give us physical support, and she's going to help with our mindsets. And she is that wonderful woman who has a bachelor's in human resources and also an associate in medical as a medical assistant. JW is an inspirational speaker, and she's an entrepreneur of perfumes and cosmetics. She is a mother of 5, and we know that she's also a grandmother of 8 children. She loves animals, so she has 2 little dogs at home as well. But besides that, she's also a CEO and host of Real Talk Show on Facebook. Let us welcome her as she's going to talk to us about the 7 habits of self-transformation. Sister Queen JW, we welcome you and keep smiling. Dr. Benny has given that beautiful smile to all of us. Thank you, JW.
I'm telling you. Thank you so much, Queen Debbie. I appreciate that introduction so much. I just want to thank all the other leaders. Thank Dr. Debbie for allowing me to speak on this platform. And most of all, I want to thank the amazing brand ambassadors for being here, for showing up. Thank you so much. And tonight we're going to talk about those 7 habits that can transform our life, that can make us also very effective in this journey that we're on. And our CEO, Mr. Ash Mafara, have displayed all of those habits and even more. And so it's all responsibility. And that's, I think, starts with the first habit. The first habit is to be proactive. And proactive actually means for you to take responsibility for our lives. And that's just, I will say that's just our basic thing to do. Because we seem to be out of control. We're not in control of our lives because of circumstances, of situations, but we do have the opportunity to learn and to change our destiny. So to be proactive, like I said, is taking responsibility for your life. So proactive people, they are responsible. You know, they don't blame others for their circumstances or condition. You know, they choose their behavior. They don't let circumstances and conditions determine the way they behave. And that the opposite of that is reactive people. Reactive people tend to concern themselves with things that they cannot control. A couple examples could be, you know, when are we going to launch, or when are we going to get apples, or when is the products, you know, just asking questions that we don't, our data center or our websites, things that we have no control of, things that we never even thought about. And so reactive people always tend to blame their condition and circumstances. They let those things control their behavior and even what they say. So got to be so careful not to let those things, circumstances and conditions control your life and take you in the wrong direction. So be careful of the, if you're a reactive person, you need to change from being reactive to proactive. Proactive, you concern yourself with, you are influenced by things like helping others, like they do here on the webinar. They show up every week, giving us information, talking about the mindset, explaining the products. So that's what proactive people do. They help one another. They are not selfish. They are selfless. So proactive people use language like I can, I will, I prefer. When in other words, reactive people use language like I can't, if I only could. So, and those are negative language. You have to stay in the positive. You have to keep your mind focused on the things that are positive and not negative. I remember President Obama, when he used that slogan, yes, we can. He didn't say, yes, we cannot. He said, yes, we can. So you can see where proactive people are responsible for their behavior and for what they say. So try to stay focused on the positive. Try to stay proactive and not reactive. The second one is begin with the end in mind. You have to begin with the end in mind. And to do so, you have to develop the habit of personal vision. You must have an imagination. It all starts with imagination. I remember Will Smith saying, anything we can imagine, we can achieve. So in other words, you need to vision the end. That means vision it with your mind first, because your eyes can't see it as yet, but you can vision it with your mind. And that's where it starts there. That's starting the creation. Creation is starting, I guess like God, he had a vision of making a planet and creating us, his children. So he had a vision and then he put it into play. He went ahead and created it. So you must have an imagination, which is the ability to vision in your mind what you cannot presently see with your eyes. And that's where it all starts. That's our creation, if we only imagine. So the best way you can incorporate this habit in your life is to develop a personal mission statement. And that mission statement starts with who you are and what you want to do. It's a map. It's almost like a whole foundation, a blueprint of what you want, what you are for yourself and what you want to do. And then that can be your guide. That can be your guide. Your mission statement makes you a leader of your own life. It helps you to create your destiny and secure the future of your vision. Number 3 is put first things first. And that habit is actually about your personal management. Even though it includes time management a little bit, it's basically personal management. That's the physical creation. So habit 3 is where 1 and 2 will combine together which in turn leads to life management, which consists of your purpose, your values, your roles, and your something I wrote there. And these, you put these things first, mean that most, which you will put the things first that means the most to you, which leads to organization and managing time and events according to your personal mission statement, which you have in habit number 2. And habit number 4, think win-win, which is a habit of mutual benefit. It is not about being nice or quick fix techniques, but it's actually for human interaction. And most of us based our self-worth on comparison and competition. Like in the corporate world, they will you will find people stepping on other people's toes just to get to the top. So they don't care about the other person. They don't care if that person doesn't have enough. All they worry about, I gotta win. They gotta lose, I gotta win. And so there's not enough of the pie to go around when you have that mentality. It's not a good place to be, because it sums up to zero. You get nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Okay, so people usually succeed on others' failures, and that's not what ONPASSIVE is about. ONPASSIVE is about integrity. ONPASSIVE is about building humanity. ONPASSIVE is about us working as a team. So if you decide to have a win-win mentality, you must be empathetic, but also you must be confident. You must be considerate and also sensitive, but brave. So to keep a win-win mentality, like I said, you must be empathetic and confident. Okay? You gotta be considerate and you must be sensitive and brave. And number 5 is seek first to understand than to be understood. And that happens to a lot of us. We tend to want to get our point across so fast, and then we completely ignore the next person. So they don't get to share what they want to share with you because you have interrupted the conversation and you're giving them your own views, and you didn't wait for them to complete you didn't give them a chance to communicate what they needed to communicate to you, just interrupted. And so you don't get to hear the whole story, and then you make your own assumptions and the other person is not understood. And nothing is accomplished there. The only time that you can actually interrupt someone in a conversation or when they're telling their story is that they ask you a question and then you can give them your point of view. But otherwise than that, you're supposed to allow the person to communicate what they need to communicate to you and listen attentively so you can give them a better answer or you can understand them better. So listening is very important when you seek first to understand than to be understood. Then we got habit number 6, which is synthesize synergize, and that's the habit of creative cooperation. Now, synergize means two heads are better than one. That means teamwork, being open-minded, and excitement. Excitement of finding a new solution to an old problem. And that's what ONPASSIVE is about, finding solutions to a lot of the problems that we face on a daily basis, solving the problems that we have in the world, all the pollution, and that's what ONPASSIVE is about. So, and it just don't happen on its own. It is a process, just like ONPASSIVE is a process. It's a process. And has to be demonstrated, which was demonstrated by our CEO, Mr. Ash, by our COO, Kamal, and the Omega team, and the technical engineers and the founders that have shown us how a team works together, and with the team working together, what the outcome is. The best results come from teamwork, working together, because what happens there, everybody bring ideas to the table. They bring their differences, they bring their experiences. So it doesn't make it boring, it makes it excited. It gives a little zest to your life. So interacting together genuinely can gain a new insight, capabilities of invention, new approaches, and it will increase greatly because of our differences. In other words, being different adds value and zest to our lives. So being different and bringing, each of us is unique in our own special way, and we all have uniqueness and greatness in us. So when we come together, we share ideas, and we notice that on the webinars when we show up every week. We hear people coming up with inventions and different ideas and things that they are doing already. Okay, so you can start doing those things already. You don't have to wait until you get the apples. The next one is sharpen the saw. And that habit is basically renewing yourself. And you have to take time to renew yourself. And that means, when it says sharpen the saw, means preserving and enhancing your uniqueness that you already have. And that is you yourself. It means having a balanced plan for self-renewal in the major areas of our lives. Social, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So when we renew ourselves in the 4 areas, we create growth and change in our lives. So when you sharpen the saw, we keep ourselves fresh, which enable us to work on the other 6 habits. So it's just that the 6 habits just don't come into play at one time. It's working on them on a daily basis. It just doesn't happen right away. It takes time. It takes you being aware of the habits and implementing them in your daily life, especially by writing down your personal statement. That's a roadmap right there to success. So our capacity to produce and handle challenges will increase. And when we don't renew our body, it becomes weak. The mind becomes mechanical. You have raw emotions, insensitive spirit, and also you become selfish. So those are the 7 habits that can transform our life and also help us to be effective human beings and also business owners. So I just will cap them a little bit. Number one is to be proactive. Okay, and that's taking responsibility of our lives. Number two begins with the end first. Begins with the end in mind first. So you have to envision your dreams or your goals before they even manifest. Okay. And number three is put the first thing first. So whatever is more important to you, put it first. Get it out of the way. And then you could move on to the next. Number 14, keep a win-win mentality. Don't be self-centered. You know, don't match on other people's toes to get to the top. It doesn't work. We all are starting from the same place. We might not reach the same place at the same time, but we're starting from the same place. It's all up to us how bad we want to win. Like Les Brown always say, you gotta be hungry. And number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. So listen attentively, because that's the key in that particular habit, is listening first. And when you listen, you get to understand, and then you can be understood. And number 6, synchronize. Okay, that's working together in a cooperative way. Okay, it's not a competitive journey that we're on, or we're comparing ourselves to one another. No, everybody has their own uniqueness. Right, so just work as a team, helping each other, doing things that will bring a mutual satisfaction to all. And number 7, sharpen the saw. That means renewing oneself, taking the time out to do so, and which will help you to grow, and you will not become a selfish person. You know, you will not be overwhelmed. You would not want to give up. So sharpen your saw every now and then, and always reflect back on the other 6 habits that will continue to transform your life and help you to be an effective human being and also a business owner. So thank you so much for your listening ear. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you again, Queen Debbie, and enjoy the webinar.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. I did not know any of those habits. I did not even know that I could transform myself just through all these 7 habits you listed. And if I did not know, I'm sure there's several people who may know or who may have questions regarding what you just presented. So please, this is a time to raise your hand. If you had any observation or question regarding the presentation from Queen Sister JW, this is the right time to raise your hand and ask your question, so it can be rightfully answered by the right source. And I see already we have a candidate. Yes, Queen Sister Dr. P, over to you.
Thank you, Queen JW, for
thank you.
Great presentation. And there's a book by Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of the Most Effective Individual Person. So that's another good book to read for those who read. And they have a teenage version. If you have a teenager, you can buy the teenage version for the teenager. I think made my kids to read that and write what their dreams are. So thanks. It's sometimes good for us to renew ourselves, and that is a very, very great motivational talk about 7 habits. Thank you.
You're welcome, Dr. Patience.
All right, Dr. P, thank you so much. I'm sure people who have kids will look for the ones that the kids can also read, so they read it together, both parent and kids can read it too. So I see you have a lot of thank yous and great presentation from the chat as well. You. And Queen Sister Dr. Benny, please proceed.
You know, I always say something right.
Yes.
Of course you should.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, gosh. That was a lot.
Anyway, the first I want to welcome each and everyone, just to let you guys know I love you, right?
Yeah, love you too.
Astonishing presentation, Queen GW. But before I say something, I want to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing all of us together. You guys know, and I know you guys are happy, right? You know why? Because He is here. He wants you guys to be happy, right? Our Father brought Paul, our CEO, to all of us, a visionary. Anyway, Queen JW, there was something that I like. Despite the fact that you have 7 points, I like this one. Number 4, keep a win-win mentality. Don't be self-centered. Don't put people down. Do not put people down in order to be up. I know it is happening. I just wish people can listen to me and know what I'm talking about. Do not put yourself, don't think that you're all and all and put others down so that, hey, your bosses all over the globe will know that, hey, I am this, I'm that. As from today, we are one. Are you guys listening to me? We are one. Hey, Queen JW, thank you again. I just want to emphasize on this particular one because it is happening at this present moment. Thank you, my sister.
You're welcome.
Let me be quiet. Queen Debbie, proceed.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. That comment is very well received, and you're right on point in terms of, picking that one out, because someone has to re-emphasize some of these things that are happening, and I'm glad that Queen JW picked it up, and you'll find that one fascinating. So yes, we're learning. This is a classroom. We learn on a daily basis from our mindset presenters. And JW, you nailed it as always today. Yes, Queen Sister Candler.
Yes, I couldn't sit quiet as well. I mean, that was powerful. Thank you, Queen JW, as always. And like Queen Dr. Benny, our Smiley, thank you for always bringing that smile that makes us all be delighted and smile with you. Not only for me, that point number 4, keep a win-win, but I will just go to point number 6. I had those 2, but since our Queen Sister has already talked about number 4, I'll just go to number 6, which was seek first the understanding to be understood. And what I want to add to that is we live and experience that on a daily basis. And if you are, let's say us as we are here in ONPASSIVE, we need to continuously be understanding, tolerant, patient with each other, be able to understand each other. Understand each other even when you disagree. Understand each other even when you don't understand, because that means respecting the other person's opinion. And when we seek understanding, of course, it is reciprocated. When it comes a time in a conversation, it's about talk and listen. You talk, you listen. The other party talks and listen. And I know we have been cultivating that successful culture and habit. It is my wish that we continue to do it and we take it to a whole new level, even better than where we are. Because yes, we are better. And it couldn't be better at this point where we are. Our CEO has given us something that is greater than us. And this is really going to be one of the successful habits that I strongly believe it's going to take us to new, higher heights. So thank you for that. Thank you for that reinforcement.
Thank you, Queen Canla. Very much appreciated. That's amazing. Well, no one is talking about sharpen the saw. You cannot go fetching anything if your saw is not very well sharpened. So that was the final thing that she had on the 7 habits. Queen Gwendolyn, you're most welcome. You can unmute yourself now.
I love the
Good
fact
evening,
that
good
we're
night.
all
How are
here.
you?
Good evening. I love the fact that we're all here with the attitude that each one teach one. We all
Yes,
started at the same place, and for different reasons, we will grow in different areas. But what we must remember, as each one teach one, we're bringing each other along. So
Yeah.
with that love and respect for one another, we will go far because we're helping each other. And that's so very important. Respect yourself and respect the other person. You're not the most important, but they are. So thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
JW, you nailed it today because you have a lot of positive thank you, appreciation on your presentation in the chat. So thank you once more. We appreciate it, and thanks to all. Okay, let's see that we have to move to the next segment of the webinar, which is one of the items we have for the day. Dr. Derek, I see you in the house, which means you finally have been restored some power and not yet. Oh. All right, so we can close this section and then start the next one.
No, go ahead. I'm just telling you that I don't have power, but go ahead.
Well, I don't know where to begin. I want to appreciate everyone who has spoken and those who are still to speak and those who have signed in. We truly honor you, we appreciate you, and we always enjoy having you here. You know why? Because we have our outstanding, awesome, amazing King brother, Dr. Derek, who is always assisting us. It does not matter what challenges we all face. He's always there to uplift us in one way or another. He's always creating things, coming up with ideas on what we should do each time there is something new from the OES. He keeps us posted on a regular basis. And today, what we have from that particular, from him is, trim. Now, size matters, right? It does not matter your size. We are all one. It doesn't matter whether it's O staff, O connect, or O what, O trim, the size is irrelevant. What matters is it working? Can you do something with what you have from our OES? Please, let's welcome Dr. Derek as he helps us share his vision of what he has, the knowledge that he has in terms of O-trim.
Okay. All right. Good rhythm, Gwendolyn. But it's not after party time. Anyway, wonderful. Peace, blessings, and enough holy plenty love to everyone. I actually am on my phone because there's no current. It's a good thing I kind of keep my phone charged because a big hailstorm just wiped through here in a little while ago, about 2 hours ago, and knock out the power, the electricity. Still kind of breezy outside, but fortunately no hail. So, you know, as I said, I'm on my phone and my laptop. So unfortunately, my setup is a little bit different. This time around, I don't have electricity, as I said. All right, so, but anyway, OTRIM is where we are, because a lot of persons asking over and over and over and over again, even though it has been demonstrated many times, and there's so many YouTube videos around now about trimming, but people still think that maybe there's a different way to trim the affiliate link from the rest of trimming that they may have been doing before. However, no, it's not anything different, but I think we should just go through OTRIM for a quick little bit so that people can get what OTRIM is all about. It hasn't changed. Yes, it moved from our founders and it is now in our ecosystem. And so therefore, at this time, we're just going to take a quick look at what OTRIM is, what OTRIM is about, what OTRIM will do and can do. And yes, size matters, because we cannot remember that affiliate link. No matter how we try, it's in, and that is one of the main reasons me personally use OTRIM. But before I get into OTRIM, I just want to say, for persons who have a phone, because as I said, right now I'm on my phone, and if you notice, I kind of still go full screen. I am not, because the phone itself is not vertical. So if you turn your phone horizontal, right? So most of us have our phones like this, which is vertical, right? Where's my phone? All right, beautiful. So most of us have our phones like this, which is vertical. So if we could just turn our phone horizontal like this, you would recognize that you actually, especially for persons who have background and so on, you actually see, Jacqueline, is you especially, may I chat to, you know? I mean, is you especially I'm talking with, you know? So turn your phone horizontal so that you'll see your background properly, right? Because when it is vertical, you won't see the, oh my goodness, background now. There you go. All right. So that is actually the way to have your phone in when you are in Zoom, so that you can actually have a good, pretty clean background and looking nice and lovelier than you looked before. You were squeezed up and we could barely see you, you know, and now you're looking lush and pretty as you're supposed to. Beautiful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. So just turn your phone horizontal, Serena Dent. Just turn your phone horizontal, Florence and Danielle. Just turn your phone horizontal, and you will, you know, see that it looks a lot better. Florence also. All right, you see that you look. So that is the one tip that I can give quickly before we get into OTRIM. And why I'm taking a little while is because I am kind of moving from one device to another device, you know, so kind of all over the place, you know. That's how I do it sometimes. But anyway, let me Right. So that was what I think I should share with you first and foremost is, you know, how to actually make your phone look a little nicer when you are, especially if you are going to present. Just turn the phone horizontal. That's it. It's nothing technical, nothing hard to do. Just turn the phone horizontal instead of vertical. Look how Queen Jacqueline video looks so nice now. Oh my goodness, wonderful. All right, pretty. Okay, so let me get into OTrim for a quick minute. Oh my goodness, what did I do? Oh Lord. All right, so let me get into OTrim for a quick minute. All right, bam. Okay, wonderful. And so, you know, I don't have my two screens today. Well, 3 screens today. So it's a little bit more challenging, as you know, who present with 1 screen. I don't know how you do it, but anyway, yes, it's a little bit more challenging. All right. And so as I was saying, let me go back here. Right. So OTrim, size matters. Say more than just giving a link to your post. Make every message meaningful, right? And so OTrim is what you can do for your affiliate link. Your affiliate link is good and up and running and is working fine. So when you copy that affiliate link, you can now put it properly in OTrim so that you can actually remember, because as you know, DeepDive is now, Dream Team and DeepDive is now a name that is synonymous to 2 meetings. So all you have to remember, you don't even have to get a flyer from me anymore, because you know that it is o/trim.co/deepdive. Bam, from you type that into your address bar, you are into the webinar. Doesn't matter what link that is in there, whether it's OConnect link or Zoom link, doesn't matter. It is the same OTrim link that is being used for whichever webinar that I'm going to use, webinar platform. All right, and so OTrim, URL uniform resource locator, right? That is what URL means, uniform resource locator. So that is URL, right? And that's what it stands for. Search and find alias for URL, enhance the performance, shorten long URL. And yes, when you have some long URL, you know, there's no way I can remember this URL. You know, when I was gang-ho into Amway, there's no way I could remember this. There's no way I can even remember the shorter URL, which is used for my affiliate link. It's a bit long. So when you have o/trim.co/nutrition. Now I will always remember nutrition. I'm not going to remember all of this long thing up here. There's no way I can remember all this equal SS and PCRID and that. No, I'm not going to remember all of that. It's kind of impossible for me personally. And so our trim URL, it is very straightforward. You paste the URL that you want to forward to, right? You do that first, and then the link, the shortened link is already there, and the custom name is what you're going to put in there. Just like how I said, my one is DeepDive. The one that we do on Sunday is Dream Team, and that is the custom name that you type in there, right? And then everything is down here in the bottom for you to copy right? For the actions, you copy, you can edit it, you can share, and of course you can delete, right? You cannot use more than one shortened name or custom name if you use it already, or if it is being used already. So somebody cannot use DeepDive. So you cannot have 2 DeepDive link. You only can have one, right? So if you type in something and it is being used somewhere else, it is going to tell you that it is being used. So let us step over. Let us step over into the practical presentation part of it. That was just a quick theoretical kind of thing for us to just quickly look at. And so as we get into the practical synopsis of it, you have to look into your ecosystem first and foremost, right? And I save my own. I don't have any problem with saving mine. You know, my own good. Some people think that there is a major problem with saving, but I don't. So I just save. It's easier for me. All right. So when we click on OTrim and we go over into OTrim, right? As I said, it first asks for the URL. So the affiliate URL, if you notice, it is even right there at the top of your trim URL section. So you don't even have to go back over to the ecosystem because it is right here, right here. This is your affiliate link. And if you notice, if you were to just copy, and please don't try to highlight. Don't try to highlight, right? Don't try to highlight and copy because you're going to miss a few of the characters. So there is a copy button or a copy icon right here. Click on that copy icon and you see link copied successfully. I did not have to highlight anything. Don't need to do that. Just click on the copy icon. After you click on the copy icon, then first of all, you can test it out and see what it does. That is very important. So you click paste and you click enter on a key on my keyboard, and it goes to my landing page, my registration page, right? So the person would now put in their first name, the last name, the OMail ID, alternative email, password, and confirm password, and then actually register. So yes, that looks good. So everything was copied, right? Always try to test it for yourself, test out things for yourself. So therefore, where it says to paste your link here, that is where you're going to paste. So if it was a YouTube video you want to shorten, if it was whatever URL, that is the URL. The same thing is link, the same thing is domain name, the same thing is web address. All of those things are the same thing. All right, so don't get confused. All right, so the shortened link is already populated. There's nothing you can do here in this section, right? So it is https://o-trim.co/, right? Now you when you're typing it, you don't have to put that https://. You can just start writing or typing from the o-trim.co. You can start from there. Why? The internet already recognized the HTTP or the HTTPS or www. You don't have to put in all of those hyperlink. That is what you call hyperlink. don't have to put in those hyperlink. The internet knows that hyperlink already. So you can just start from, just like how you don't put in www.ecosystem.onpassive.com. No, you just put in ecosystem.onpassive.com. Bam. You don't use www. You don't put HTTPS. No, we don't do all of those things. The internet already understands that section of it. All right, so you go into your custom name. Now, your custom name is whatever you want to put there. What you want to put there. All right, so I might want to put free meal. Free meal. And let me, well, quite possible people might have that already, but anyway, free meal. Don't need to put add any alias. It's not a must, right? Because this is just for searching purposes. If you have a whole bunch of trim link, and then you might, it's for searching purpose when you want to now search for a particular. So it's not 100% important and all of that. I don't use it really and truly because it's neither here nor there. I'm not going to search for it really and truly again. But anyway, you can put an alias if you want and try to make it as close to, or if it's even the same as your custom name, so that you know that if you're searching for the custom name, you know that you're searching for this. All right. So you just click on trim link. Now, this is the place where a lot of people get confused, is when this little box comes up. People calling me left, right, center, up, down. What should I do? Should I say yes or should I say no? All right. It all depends on you. Again, I prefer no. Why? Because when you choose yes, what this is saying, do you want to enable OTP preview to get leads? And yes, people hear leads and people get frantic and want to get leads. That's not the thing right now, because when you send your link to somebody who you know, per se, and what it does is that it asks them for an email, to put in an email ID, which even founders calling me, what is this email ID it is asking me for? Right? Yes, so this is what it is asking for because of this yes and no question. So the yes is where the system is now going to ask anyone who click on the link, is going to ask them now to put in that email ID and then go to their email and get that OTP, put in the OTP, and then they will be able to go to the link that you are sending to them. So I don't give persons that additional task, so to speak. I don't give people that additional task. So I always choose no, right? So as not to give persons that additional task to go to their email and retrieve that OTP and then put in that OTP, and because it's too much work. So I don't want it for myself, so I don't give it to people. All right, so I choose no, right? And it says, okay, so this is saying that the link already is shortened. So if the link is already shortened, it means that I already shortened, and it is saying my OMail 7. So I already shortened this link, so I cannot shorten one link twice. Okay, so therefore I just have to scroll down, right? I just have to scroll down in my repertoire and see it right here, right? My OMail 7, right? So it was already trimmed, so I cannot trim it again. All right, that is too much work. So all I need to do is just click on copy, right? And see it says copy successfully. And then watch this now. When I add a tab, and that was a tab, and this is the address bar, I paste it in the address bar and click enter. Test it out before you send it out to people. Please to test your sitting, test every link before you send it to people. Right? So see there, see it come right to my, and how do I know that this is my registration page? Because it doesn't say ecosystem.onpassive.com finish. It says ecosystem.onpassive.com/AUTH question sign blah 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 blah. So I know this 3D percentage 3D. I know this is my affiliate link, right? I know my affiliate link because as I said, if I go back to the ecosystem, all right, go back to the ecosystem and click on copy, because this is my affiliate link, and I click on copy. It says copy successfully. Remember, this one is the O-trim link, looking nice and pretty. Let us look if it is the same if I just put the raw link, right? Let me put the raw link, and give me a minute here. Peace. All right. Okay. So see, it comes to the ecosystem registration page for me. How I know? Because see the percentage 3D, percentage 3D, right? Same thing as what is over here. See, both of them is the same, not even move an inch. So I know my raw link and my O-trim link is the same. See there? Both of them is the same. Moving from one tab to the next tab, right? So, and nothing changed. This is what I'm looking at, what is in the address bar. So that is how you know that the O-trim link that you created is foolproof, 100% going to you, etc., etc. So then now, all I need to do now, right, is send my O-trim link to people, which, as I said, it is my OMail 7. My OMail 7. So I copy, and that is what I will now send to people. I can paste it in WhatsApp. I can paste it in wherever I want to paste it, right? So let me pull up WhatsApp, right? And as I said now, okay, remember that this is how we have to first scan the so we have to scan, go to WhatsApp and follow the instructions there. Click on menu and click on link devices, then click on link a device. Right. And then I take up hold the camera on the thing, on the QR code.
Dr. Derek, when you're ready, can you unmute yourself?
All right, beautiful. So it's loaded. So let me click on Dream Team. right? And you just paste it. See there? Paste, right? And then I might type take a look at this mail solution. And give me your feedback. Right, so it will be something like that, that you'll type and send your registration link or your affiliate link to whoever you're sending it to. Please personalize as much as possible. So for argument's sake, if I'm sending it to Jason, I'll put, hi Jason, take a look at this mailing solution and give me your feedback. Hi Debbie, hi, you know, whoever it is, right? Take a look at this mailing solution and give me your feedback. All right, so that is how we do the OTRIM. The next thing we want to just quickly look at with the OTRIM, right, is two places to find the QR code. This is the next thing that person, sometimes you don't see it here, right? All you have to do is click on your OTRIM dashboard. See your OTRIM dashboard here, the word dashboard, or it's here with this graph looking thing there on the action, but sometimes persons are not seeing the entire action button. So you can go to dashboard, click on dashboard, right? And of course your dashboard with everything will come up, and I go to that particular link, which is my mail 7, right? And see my mail 7 here, and see the QR code there. And you can delete and you can edit, right? So I click on QR code comes up. I click on download. You have to bring it to your computer before you can send it anywhere, right? So you click on download, right? So it says QR code downloaded successfully. It is on your computer. It is going to be in your downloads folder, right? Or, well, in this case, I can choose where to actually save it. See, it says OTRIM PNG, and it's now giving me an option to save. So I can actually put it somewhere. Right? So I choose to put it in my documents, right? And click save. Okay, so now you have to remember where you save it, so that when you have your WhatsApp, right, you can actually click on the attachment, ATTACH, attach, which is a paper clip, looks like a paper clip beside your emoji in WhatsApp. So you click on paper clip, a list of things will come up. It's not a photo, it's not a sticker, it's not a camera or picture you're taking, it's document. Right? You click on document. And of course, you go to where you did save it, right? And see it here, OTRIM, PNG, double click, right? So oh, it's actually a picture, my bad. It's actually a picture, you know, my bad. Sorry. So it's PNG. PNG is a picture format. Sorry, not a document format. So yes, you click on photo and you click on OTRIM, see it here, right? My bad, it's a picture format. And so see there and see a message there. So your message have the link, and you also put your QR code, and then you click on send. And when you click on send, so a person can scan, just use a phone, use a QR code scanner, and scan this QR code, and voila, they go right to your registration page. And if they want, they can also click on the link or the OTRIM link, yes, and go right to the QR code, right? So you need to test them before you send them out. Please test before you send. Always test. Let me delete this. Don't want anybody clicking on my thingy here. All right, delete for everyone. All right, beautiful. Yeah, thank you, Miriam. Okay, so please let us use the OTRIM if you want to trim your link. But if you're having difficulties trimming your link, just send the raw affiliate link. It's not a big deal. But if you're trimming your link, always test your link. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Over to you, Queen Debbie.
Thank you, Dr. Derek. I don't know how you did it. I appreciate it. You have issues, you don't have power, and you put all this together using your phone. When there's a will, there's a way. If anyone can find a way to do things, you just prove that. Thank you so much. Well, I know it's been about, the first time I listened to you do OTRIM was Dream Team last year, April. Was it March or April? One of those two. And I cannot believe a year later, you're still doing it. That's how much you're really educating us, trying to make sure that we don't forget anything that we've learned in the past. I hope your batteries can hang on until after party, and during after party, we'll just go with the flow. All right, this is time for questions and discussions. I know, Vernon, you had a question. Vernon, you're in the house. You can raise your hand and ask your question. But while waiting for him, any other person, if you have a question, this is the time for questions and discussions, please. I'll give you some time to figure out whether you're raising your hand or you're writing down your question. Any question? Oh, Vernon is here. All right. Sister Kamla, Dr. Benny.
Yeah, you may, please, you may need to unmute yourself, Vernon. Ambassador Vernon, unmute yourself. Brand Ambassador Vernon, please unmute yourself and ask your question.